Here is a riddle for you. Solve it. Can you? Draw a sign or a straight line. Measure up to centimeters 9 or any distance is fine. Whatever be the design, it will make it shine. Cause it is a measuring tool to define. Can you guess the name assigned? You got it right. It is a ruler. Yes, a ruler, which means a measuring stick. A ruler, which is a tool you can measure distances with, or a tool you can draw straight lines in your notebook with. Ever thought about where the ruler that fits snugly into your pencil pouch came from? Or how all the rulers around the world have the same standard measurement of millimeters, centimeters, inch, or foot, or even a meter? Here's how. Welcome to the story of the scientific measuring and experimental tool, the ruler. Before invention of the current day ruler in 1883 by William Bedwell, all ancient civilizations, be it Egyptians, Mesopotamians, Indus Valley, or Elam, used body parts as measuring tools. The length from the tip of the middle finger to the elbow was called the cubit. The tip of the little finger to the tip of the thumb was called half cubit. The width of the hand was palm, the thumb was the inch, and the foot was the foot. In India, the system was slightly different. The four-finger width was called dhanush. The length of the middle joint of the middle finger became angula or inch, and the fist plus the thumb became dhanurmishti. Of course, these measurements differed from region to region, though they all basically used body parts because, as you know, a human body can come in many shapes and sizes. To avoid confusion, our ancestors simply took the king's body part measurements as standard. For example, if Egyptians wanted to make a cubit rod, they first measured the pharaoh's forearm from elbow to the tip of the middle finger. Then they made a metal rod that matched the size of the pharaoh's forearm. Then this metal rod was put up in the marketplace and it became the standard cubit. Merchants just made copies of the metal rod and used it to measure cubits. This was in many ways one of the first rulers made. Similarly, in Europe and Germany, statues were put up in the marketplace and the length of the arm and the knee of the statue was used as the standard measurement for making rulers. In India, measurement rulers used length of bows, cow calls, or stages. Now this went on for centuries until an Italian architect named Tito Livio Burattini traveled around the world studying buildings. He said that the measurements around the world are very similar in length, though they are named differently. He called it metro catalico, meaning universal measure. Then, in 1780, the term meter was introduced in France. The French went on to invent the unified metric system in 1791 and said it is for all time and for all people. Nearly a century after the French invented the unified metric system, British scientists Maxwell, Thomson, and Lord Kelvin came up with a similar idea. And then in 1875, a metric treaty or a metric conference was held in Paris. In this treaty, 17 nations decided to use one standard weight for a kilogram and one standard length for a meter. They made the standard model of the kilogram weight and the standard model of the meter ruler in platinum and locked them up safely in Paris after creating an office called International Bureau of Weights and Measures. But before locking up, they made 70 copies of the two models and distributed the copies to all the nations. Any changes to these measurements are announced every year on 20th May, as 20th May is the World Metrology Day. Now, from the standard meter ruler made by the International Bureau of Weights and Measurements, all the wooden, plastic, metal, or even flexible rulers used around the world by engineers, architects, scientists, artists, or even school-going children are made. And from that same meter ruler, rulers with centimeter measures and inch measures are also made. And thus came the ruler which we use today worldwide. So, the next time you want to practice some good science, just pick your scientific, measuring, and experimental tool, the ruler, and practice away. Because, like Eric Brynjolfsson said, the heart of science is measurement. Thank you.